Toyota's flagship luxury vehicle, not the Lexus LS or LX. It is the Toyota Century, and it has been redesigned now as an SUV. Let's get into it. Now, if you're in Japan, this is coming for your market. Now, it should be available this year, by the end of this year. And the Century sedan, the third gen, you could say, that has the 5-liter V8 hybrid system, that looks like it's still going to be available. I don't think they're going to retrofit the sedan with the plug-in hybrid setup. Actually, it's probably just not possible with that old structure. So yeah, that'll carry on more than likely with the 5-liter V8. But it was interesting because I don't think it's going to carry on for very long. Because at the end of Simon Humphrey's presentation, they said, okay, well, here's the new Crown sedan, and here's the new Alphard, and here's the Century SUV for that chauffeur-driven mobility. So I think it's only a matter of time before the Crown replaces the Century as the premier chauffeur-driven sedan in Japan. So I'll play some of the B-roll of the presentation, the reveal, while I go over some of the details, and then I'll sink my teeth into a lot of the interior shots because I actually haven't looked at the vehicle other than some of the exterior shots. So we'll get into that in a little bit. I'll go over some of the heavy hitters, and then we'll get into breaking down the images. So the Century came out in 1967, so it's been on the market for a long time. The first generation, I feel like, was out for the majority of that time. It's always been built with the best technology that Japan has to offer. The new Century SUV will be fully customizable on a global basis by listening to the needs of each individual customer. So does global basis does that mean international? Is this thing going to be available international? Or do they mean global basis in regards to everything about the vehicle will be fully customizable? I think it's the latter for sure. Now, I've known for a long time that the Century SUV was going to have the same powertrain as the TX 550h Plus, and they are shipping parts from the TX as well as the Grand Highlander over to Japan from Indiana to build the the Century SUV. So it is not completely unique. It is sharing a lot of the K platform. It is based off the K platform to my understanding. So it is sharing a lot of those parts. But despite it being shared a little bit with lesser Toyota and Lexus models, they're still saying that this is the quietest vehicle Toyota has ever made. So even quieter than, some of the quietest vehicles I can think of would be like the LS 430, LS 460 was pretty quiet. I guess LS 600 HL was the closest we got to the Century in North America because it shared that same 5-liter hybrid powertrain. The new LS, I feel like, took a step back because of the bigger wheels and tires. I don't know if I've driven an LS with really small wheels, should I say the LS 500. And the new LX, in my opinion, isn't the world's quietest vehicle either. And with that powertrain, it's actually getting 4-wheel steering, which I don't think the Lexus TX with the same powertrain is getting. They're saying that the door can open to a 75-degree angle. And looking at this image here, I guess maybe that's good. Maybe that's best ever for Century. But in my opinion, it's not the door opening angle that's impressive here. It's just how big the door is, and so it's easy to get in. I feel like I've been with other cars recently, like the Honda CR-V recently. I feel like that door really swings super wide open. Here are the specifications if you guys want to pause and take a look at that. It is only a 4-seater. Even though this is similar to the Grand Highlander that seats up to 8. No, this is about luxury, about laying back, kicking off your shoes, and relaxing in this vehicle. We do have a price, and the price is 25 million Japanese yen. 25 million is $169,000. And in the future, they say customers will be able to customize the body color and interior to their liking, and plans will be available to create a one-of-a-kind Century that will be crafted by master craftspeople, aka Takumi. Details will be announced as soon as they are determined. So it seems like the initial batch is just going to be maybe like copy and paste. You just get what you get. And then in the future, this happened with the Lexus LC as well. You can custom make LCs exactly how you want it, but it took a long time for that to happen. So hopefully it's a little bit quicker here for the Century. So they're making it at the Tahara plant, which is no surprise. It's where they make the Forerunner and the Prado, which the Prado is now getting made at 2 factories with the new generation. So Tahara plant, they make most of the Lexus vehicles there too. So some of the best and most skilled Toyota and Lexus workers will be building this Century SUV. Only 30 units per month. So this thing is going to be low volume. So let's get into the images and break it down. Now, the big surprise to me is that not only do we have the standard model, check this out, guys. We have, well, they said it's the GRMN. At least Simon Humphries said that. And that means it's going to have higher performance. The thing is, I don't think they can get higher performance out of this setup. What are they going to do? Put a turbo on the V6 with a CVT? It's not going to happen. I really honestly think it's going to have the 406 horsepower. The suspension might be a little bit different, and the looks are noticeably different. Will the interior be different? Well, maybe, but it's also going to be customizable at some point in time. What do you think of the headlights of the Century SUV? I mean, I'm getting Genesis. Absolutely. The Genesis models with the parallel running lights. The grille, though, is not Genesis, even though Genesis kind of has like the 5-sided grille, or what is that, a Pentagon? They have a Pentagon grille, kind of like Acura too, but this is completely different sort of Pentagon here. It's almost rectangular, like it's just the slightest bit of a drop here at the bottom. And we, of course, have the Phoenix on the front, and it has been reborn as a SUV this time around. The bottom actually kind of is giving me vibes of the new Land Cruiser, but it is simple and it is elegant, I would say. I mean, if someone put a blindfold on my face and said, "Hey, this is the new Genesis GV90," I'm like, okay, well the grill's a little bit different. They dialed the grill back, but okay. Honestly, like I would not, because if you look at the new G90 from Genesis, it looks super stately from the back and the side. That's the sort of vibes I'm getting here, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it also looks a little Rolls-Royce and Bentley from certain angles, which, I mean, they're the players in this game. This is Bentley, Bentayga, and Nicole and Finer for sure. Looking at the rear again, sort of that Genesis rear end here. Again, the Phoenix badge on the back. And let's get into, I think they said there are 3 different colors. But they didn't say what those colors were. So this might be some sort of dark, I mean, it looks like a dark green to me. All right. What do you think of the design of this grille? It's a little Lexus, right? The Lexus RX redesign that came out, and it's like, oh, that's a spindle body grille. It's no longer spindle grille. It's like half the grille has been melded into the front bumper, into the hood, and half of it breathes. Well, same thing with the Century SUV too. All right, I really want to get on the inside here because okay, there's an actual image of or renders of what it looks like on the rear world. Okay, here are our colors. That's what I'm talking about. So they're actually going to make it in red, but if they customize this, they might actually give you more colors, but time will tell. Do you like it with the silver bottom? I think it kind of cheapens it, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's a Century tradition to have the silver at the bottom, but on the SUV, it's just a lot. So I actually like the paint match. If you look at this black one or this grayish green one back here, I think it being paint match looks pretty good. But the silver and black looks classic. This does not look good, the white and silver. I mean, the red and silver here, I'm getting vibes. I know it's totally different vehicle, but the Santa Fe calligraphy that I tested that had silver all over the bottom and red on top. So yeah, most of them don't look good with the silver on the bottom. So is that it? Am I out of images? No. Okay. We're still going here. Okay. So your turn indicator is at the top of the bottom set of headlights, rear tail lights, whatever. There's, the turn indicator is at the top of the bottom here. There's the new wheels. Okay, so if you want the best ride possible, it's this sort of wheel, which I'm guessing is probably a 20. And then the GRMN model that they say, and then this has to be a 22 or 23 inch wheel, right? For the GRMN model. All right, let's keep moving. We kind of already saw that image earlier. There is the door sill And also look at the Phoenix here on, I'm guessing this is a retractable running board here. Yeah, it looks like it with this piece. Now looking at the window switches, you have the dynamic sky, or depends on if it's a Toyota or Lexus. It blocks out the sunlight from coming in, not completely, but it makes it so you press the switch and you can't see anything out of it. No one can see anything into it. So it kind of like fogs out the window. It's probably the best way, to frost out the window. And interesting, I'm not sure if they have sunshades on the side, but it actually looks like there is. But I don't know if this is for a rear sunshade or just a side sunshade. Honestly, like how it's square, it looks like that would be the rear sunshade, and this would just be blocking out that sun with that frosted electronic window. All right, let's keep moving. Wow, that panel moonroof looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you wish it was bigger? I think that's plenty big, and we know that this panel roof probably is not going to be this big on the Lexus TX, but we can hope. All right, the seats look pretty nice. Obviously, they would. Do you think these seats, though? I mean, these sort of seats, in my opinion, is what I would expect in the Lexus TX. These don't look that high end, in my opinion, but it's all about what can they do. Are they really comfortable? And I'm sure they will be. So they can recline kind of like the Lexus LX that has the ultra luxury with the 4-seater. The detail on the door looks really nice as well. Very clean. If you guys don't know, currently I'm in Baltimore to drive the Kona today. I woke up really early to do this. And I was chauffeur driven from DC Reagan in a 7 Series BMW. And I don't get a lot of time in 7 Series BMWs. You guys know pretty much the content of my channel. The back seat in that thing was cluttered, gaudy, comfortable, but it was just overload. It wasn't a calming experience, even though I had a massaging seat and it was pretty comfortable. I felt like I sat up super high in that seat too. It was kind of weird. And I still had good headroom, but like I was sitting up really, really high. Anyways, this sort of interior is much more calming. And the materials on the doors look a lot nicer than the materials I saw in that 7 Series. Different price class, but I'm just saying, like, this is a chauffeur-driven vehicle. We're also going to have that champagne for the campaign back here between your shoulders. And these little tablet things here, these little phones to customize the experience back there. Look at this. Full-on recline here, but how tall is this person is what I'm guessing. If I was back there, I'm not sure if I could do this, even if you put that front seat all the way forward, that front passenger seat. But let's keep moving. All right, Century pinstripes here with the analog clock. They got to do something with all those analog clocks that they killed in the Lexus LC. So, and I think they're killed it in more than they don't have it in the RX anymore, right? Or the NX because of the massive screens. So anyways, I don't want to talk about that. That's kind of sad. Rest in peace. Analog clocks. We got the cool box. You see how deep that goes? You can put a real tall bottle in there. That's what she said. Anyways, it's early. Here's your app on your little phone. I think it's removable. I believe it's removable. Otherwise, why would you have it look like a phone? But yeah, you can control the windows, the sunshades, the air conditioning, the music, the seat, etc. Lots of lights. That 7 Series I was in had 2 different map lights from different directions up here. It had a B-pillar like general light that looked like a cheap little, I don't know, white light sort of thing for a YouTube channel. That would maybe that'd be great for vlogging back there because you would have that additional light. But this looks like they just have map lights here. I like how the seat control is built into the door. I think on most vehicles, it is built into this column here where your armrests on the middle of the vehicle. All right, let's keep moving. A couple of map lights back here as well. Oh, there it is. There's the second light. Should have saw that. All right, heated and ventilated seats. This is to hang your objects, I would assume. Maybe your hanger and your nice clothes. Very high detail on this bar to get in. Oh, I forgot to mention, There's also they said in the future you'll be able to customize the door to have it sliding like a minivan. Why can't they do that for mass market SUVs for moms that want minivan practicality but want to be driving an SUV? Is it too expensive? I don't know. If it can be done, it should be done. Okay, here's your small insert. Okay, no, it's much more than a small insert of ambient lighting. Look at this. Okay, so it goes on the panel roof, it goes on the armrest, it goes into the footwells, and it goes into the door handles. And maybe underneath these screens in the back as well. Hard to tell. Looks like it though. Anyways, screen folds forward when you pull these look to be the same screens that we have in the Lexus LX 600 that has the ultra luxury. All right, now as we get closer here, I do like the detail of this seat. They forgot to maybe remove the confidential piece here. But I haven't seen the confidential typing into any other image. But yeah, so seats look pretty nice the closer you get, but they don't have that over the top like luxury to them, in my opinion. All right, speakers. I had no idea what kind of sound system we're going to have in here. Yamaha would be pretty sick. Okay, there's that dark wood and that pinstripe looking beautiful. Now the interior of the front. Now this is a vehicle that I would love to import in 25 years. Wouldn't that be cool? This interior, we have the 12-inch screen here. It's like they know that the 14-inch screen is too big for the Lexus models, like the Lexus NX and RX. And they also know that having those climate control buttons as touch buttons integrated into the screen is not what people want either. At least they kept the volume knob, but all of your climate control buttons here are, if not dedicated through a physical, these look like touch capacitive, but it also might have feedback to it. But look how easy it is to find the button for climate control. Super simple. I like it. I like how it's spaced out as well. We have a couple USB-Cs. You're going to have a phone charger down there. What do we have down here? So this is pretty much the seat control of the things in the back. That's what I see on the top here. And then your dynamic sky, it looks like. And then your parking assist, downhill sync control, off-roading. Not sure anyone's doing any downhill. Maybe in steep parts in Japan, you might need that coming down from a driveway or something. But that's a rare use case. Let's check out the steering wheel. Steering wheel, you got the beautiful Phoenix logo on it. And we have the digital screen back here, which I really liked it in the Crown that I drove last week. So don't fix what isn't broken. I mean, this is a brand new screen for the Toyota Lexus lineup. And honestly, this steering wheel, other than the Century logo, looks pretty similar to the Crown that I drove. So I'm not sure if it's the same button layout. It looks really, really similar. All right, let's get into down here. Here is your running board button that allows you to pop them out. AC 100 volts. 100 volt is the standard over there. In America, it's typically 110, but you can use your 110 volt on 100 volt. Pretty much all electronics are set up for that, to my understanding. I've been doing research because I'm going to Japan. So anyways, I will be sharing this vehicle with you at the Tokyo Mobility Show. Hopefully I can sit in it. Hopefully I can do some nice walk arounds if I can't sit in it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And then here are your color choices. Ooh, okay, this might be for the GRMN model. I already don't like it because I don't like black interiors, but hey, you can put purple LED, so you can customize the LED lighting in here. And I absolutely don't like it. What do you guys think? Is this too? This looks like I'm looking at a Mercedes-Benz with the ambient lighting and the black interior. So this is this light interior, this kind of macadamia interior is not bad. I take it over the black, but that first one that they showed, kind of like that caramel or tan, in my opinion, was the best. But this is definitely a good second. Yeah, this interior here, this kind of reminds me of the LC500's toasted caramel. which is super, super nice interior. One of my favorites on a Lexus of all time. All right. You're going to have reduced cargo space in here because these seats need to be able to recline. So don't need to talk much about that. All right. So off the K platform, here's your plug-in hybrid powertrain. It's absolutely the same as the Lexus TX, except this has four-wheel steering. There's a crown emblem that is all handmade. Isn't that insane? And work this out of a piece of metal. Is this mine? Look at the craftsmanship, guys. I don't know if this comes standard, but you get the option of the Century doily cloths over the top of the seats. That's actually the last image. So I'll go ahead and play some of that B-roll while I finish it up. Is this vehicle ever going to come to the United States? The answer is if you import it in 25 years. I think that's the answer. Honestly, I think we would have a better shot at getting the Crown sedan than the Century SUV. Do I think it's nice enough to cost $170,000? Probably. You know, the interior was a little bit more minimal than I was expecting, but this vehicle is the quietest. It's going to be the best riding Toyota or Lexus ever made, and at least that's kind of what they're hyping it up to be. We will get our own light version of it with the TX 550h Plus. So that's the exciting thing for us in America, is that we get maybe 80 to 90% of the Century's Centuriness as an SUV anyways in the Lexus TX. So that will be coming by the end of this year, early next year, because the availability on the TX plug-in hybrid is going to be very, very low. It'll be more than 30 a year. I can guarantee you that. It's more like 1,000 a year. So it's still going to be very low volume, but at least, you know, we get a more usable version with 6 seats. I think, yeah, it's only 6 seats for the plug-in hybrid. So, yeah, the TX plug-in hybrid, and maximum of 7 seats in the normal. I think it's only the gas version that comes with 7 seats. Anyways, I'll give you guys more details on the Americanified Century SUV, the Lexus TX, because I will be driving it. I believe it's in October, early October. And then I head to Japan in late October, about the 3rd week of October for the Japan Mobility Show, where I'll see this Century SUV as well as the whole Crown lineup, and whatever Honda, Toyota, Lexus, Suzuki, Mazda, Subaru, whatever else they want to share as well. So pretty exciting stuff. But I got in there. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my coverage on the stuff coming out of Japan, as well as my TX coverage, as well as my Hyundai Kona driving impressions today. So I'm excited to drive that. Saw it last night while having some delicious crab. And man, if you're ever in Baltimore, the seafood here is off the chain. But thank you guys, or should I say off the hook? All right, anyways, got to shut it down and get ready for the day. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and peace.